Secrets, if you really look at yourself, you would be speechless. What happened to being doctors and teachers? What happened to being your brother's keeper?
About to spaz out, college got my pockets real, credit card maxed out. Rappers would tell them who broke as hell, they get cashed out. Till they cash out, yelling pussy nigga laugh now. Homie told me money ain't shit but just some paper and paint. Some of us can get it and some of us can't. Never slacking to my status, this living lavish, I'm investing in that. I want it all, nothing less than that. Easy, man.
Whatever gonna do, gotta have faith. Life is too much.
Yo, what is poppin'? It's the top of the year and the top of the week, so you definitely know what time it is. It's your boy, Mr.BandClap, at it again with a pop-up on point Orisha Tarot forecast spread, and this is going to be for the week of Monday, January the 6th through Sunday, January the 12th of 2025. So I had to get this out because in my life currently, I'm going through so many different changes, different transformations. It's so much on the horizon. Many things that I want to share with y'all, but I can't share them just yet. There's rebrands, remodeling. It's so much that's going on right now. And the reason why y'all haven't been seeing me or hearing from me on my YouTube channel is mainly because of that. And during this time, we're all going through these type of transformative things. Right now, things can seem very confusing. I've had a lot of soul family reach out to me during my hiatus, just telling me about the same type of things that I've been seeing when it comes to in the cosmos and stuff like that. So I wanted to come out in baby Eshu fashion so I can give y'all this message. And once I get done with this, I gotta continue my work and continue my preparation for this. Now, during this time, I still want y'all to know that I give readings just like this one that you're about to get right now. If you would like a reading from me, www.bandclaptv.com. I always talk about my Everything is Everything reading because it is by far my best seller. But if you like these style of card readings, I do offer these on a personal basis as well. So again, if you want to take advantage of those things, www.bandclaptv.com, click on the services tab and scroll down and you will see all the readings and services that I provide. So yeah, we're in the first week of the year, the first Monday rather. And even though a lot of us can already see what the future has in store for us in this next cycle that's going on, it's like we still got unfinished business in this previous cycle that still needs to end, that still needs to be put to death, put to rest, so that you can fully transition to the other side where you know you're going to be straight. So in the spiritual realm, the way that's going to look is going to seem like, even though certain things in the future seem promising, everything that's going on in the present is going to seem chaotic. Things are going to be cloudy when it comes to emotions. They're going to be raging. And if you lose sight of what was already shown to you that you already got, you can easily make some mistakes right now that can F up your chances to transition. And like I said, I'm making some major transitions myself. And in my meditation today, I got two messages. The first message is 11th hour. You know, that's the type of energy that's around right now. You know, it's the 11th hour, and it's a it can be an ungodly hour depending on your mindset, you know, depending on how steadfast you are, depending on how much faith that you have and stuff like that. Because it's always that darkest hour that's just before day that you end up doing something during that time that can land you in a uncomfortable situation that's going to be filled with resentment and regret when you realize that all you had to do was just push a little bit more, just wait a little bit longer, just push a little bit harder. So it's always during this time when those type of things ramp up in our minds. The next thing, and this is something that I want to build more on in this particular forecast, is that many of us are in this biblical story about Noah and the ark. So what does Noah mean? So when I looked it up, I found out that the root name for Noah, which is most likely of Hebrew in origin, it derives from the word nuach or noach, meaning rest. Now, in this research, I even found that Noah can also be derived from two Hebrew words. The first syllable meaning meeting or encounter, and then Yah. And we know that that's the shortened form of Yahweh. So I would think another way that it would be pronounced if the Y was still in the word Noah, it would sound like Noya. And we know that the magnolia tree symbolizes luck and stability. And what is the place in the US that's been in the news and they're called the Noya? I mean, I guess now we know that whatever ritual was done in that situation was to cause the opposite of this. Now, you know, the way my mind works, I can keep on making these correlations and making these synchronizations and stuff like that, but I'm gonna keep going. So the main thing that we know about Noah, is that he was given a task by God to build an ark. Now, this ark is supposed to be this huge, all-encompassing ship that is supposed to carry on it not only him and his family, but 2 of each animal and living thing that God told him to put on that ark. Now, me thinking about this particular Bible story, this particular allegory, this explains my situation to the T. Now, there's a lot of little details about this story about Noah and his ark that was kind of glossed over. So when you're living out these allegorical stories, your experiences is going to be what will fill in those spaces for somebody else that may be going through the situation that you probably just came out of. So one of the details when it comes to this Noah and his ark story is that this ark is extremely huge. It's pretty much supposed to be like the Titanic, but it can house animals and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be built like a battleship. But from what I've seen in my research, there was only 8 people that was on the ark, which means that only 8 people were the ones that built the ark. Now, that's just my assumption. I don't know how true that is, as far as we know that this is all an allegory, but from what I read, I didn't see nowhere where it said Noah hired a bunch of men to help him. So for the most part, it was just him and his family that was building this huge ark. At the end of the day, it got done. The ark got built. Also, another detail, just think about what everybody else other than his family, everybody else around him was thinking in their mind, looking at him build this huge ark just out of nowhere. Because in this story in Genesis, starting at chapter 6, verse 13, it talks about the reason why God wanted to flood the earth was because humanity has become wicked. So this was a time of cleansing. This was a time of great destruction and all of that type of stuff. But when it comes to the situation with Noah and his particular family, yeah, it's going to be a lot of work. And yeah, it's going to be real crazy. It's going to be a real crazy time, you know, trying to get all the animals in there and trying to get everything the way God wanted it to be. But I bet in the back of Noah's mind, he's happy that it was him that was chosen to be saved and to do this. Because the Bible did say that the reason why Noah was picked, him and his family was picked, because they were the only ones that were innocent. They were the only ones that were righteous and trying to be blameless, trying to be righteous. You know, they were the only ones that wasn't involved in the BS that was going on in the rest of that place where they were at. And for some of us, this is our situation. There's a lot of things that we could have done that probably could have got us in a better situation temporary. But right now, you would be one of the ones in this confusion and that's going to be caught up in this rapture that's coming. The main thing when it comes to the Noahs of this world, those of us who know God, those of us who know who God is in our lives and who God is to us, we understand that whatever mission that we're going to be going on so we can get ready for our transformation and our transition, this is something that was chosen for us to do as well, because of who we are, because of our spiritual well-being, because of where we come from outside of this planetary system, outside of what you can see with these human eyes. Now, what I want to talk about and what this reading is going to be about is for the Noahs that are out here building their ark. And this is going to be a ark that they're going to transform into, because for some of us, this will be the first time where we're finally able to get the reins and write our own story. Because an arc also means, in a story, it means the plot where the overall progression is going to take place, encompassing from the beginning, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, all the way to the resolution. How many of y'all out there have been living this life as a part of someone else's story arc? And in their story arc, you never have a happily ever. In their story arc, you're the one that always dies off, and you're the one that has to help someone else reach their happily ever after. Well, for those of you out there who resonate with this particular message, it's because now It's time for you to be Noah. It's time for you to build your ark. But there's a lot of friction and a lot of confusion right now because a lot of us are still in the middle of transitioning from the previous cycle. And there's this misconception, there's this false information, this misconception that that last cycle is over and we're in the new year already. No, that is not the case. That's not the case. We're still in this in-between type of phase still, where a lot of your building is still going to be based on faith. And since this is something that you're building, and this is something that God may have only told you to build this, and you may have had some type of premonition or some type of vision of something bad happening in the future, like a storm or something happening, and then all of a sudden now you got a way out, but that way out is not all the way in view yet. Like, you know it's there, you can see it, but it's like certain things from this last cycle still haven't fully ended yet, so you can fully get over there. It's like you're seeing the clouds in the sky, you're seeing the storm clouds, you're seeing all of the signs and symbols that God showed you was going to happen when this big storm, this big destruction is about to come. And when it comes to this big transformation, I don't think with some of us, because I'm gonna keep saying some but not all, but I think with some of us, we're going to be going through such a big transformation that we're never truly going to feel like we're prepared for this. So faith is something that you're just not going to be able to be without. And right now, this is going to be very, very pivotal, because once that rain comes down and you know that rain isn't going to stop, it's only going to get worse. All you can do now is trust in what you built. Trust in the vision, in the dream. Trust in that premonition that you already saw of things working out. That premonition, that dream, that opportunity that's waiting in the wings, that already ensures you that you're going to be good during this storm. Now, it's not saying that you're still not going to be going through different hardships and stuff like that, because it hits all of us. But if you got your business straight, if you got your work done, it's going to make things so much better. So that's the main thing that I want to stress in this particular forecast. I'm not going to be before y'all long because I got different things that I'm still trying to do. I'm still trying to work on and still trying to transition into. So let's get to this reading. Now, as I always say, we got 7 rows of cards, and these rows of cards represent each day from Monday to Sunday. Depending on how I edit this video, you may see 2 cards from my Santa Muerte deck, or you may see 3. It's actually 3. It's actually 3 cards that actually came out. And any card that I pull from my Santa Muerte deck is going to be just the overall message of this time, just the overall message of this week, just the overall message that you need to know, that you need to understand during this time, so you can stay on track and stay in the alignment that you need to be in, so that this arc that you're building for yourself right now is going to be the arc of you living in your highest self, living in your best self. So the first overall card for this week is the number 26 card, and 2 + 6 is 8. So this is perfectly in line with what I was talking about earlier. When you look at this particular card, you can clearly see what looks like a man building something, and he's hammering away, making sure things are sturdy and stable and stuff like that. And look who is in the background. I mean, since this is a 8 card and she has on purple and green, you know I'm going to say this card represents Aunt Yansa and Uncle Legba when they're together. Because the thing about Aunt Yansa, as long as you keep the house together, bringing home the food, and just being solid as a man, Aunt Yansa, not only will she keep the house clean, not only will she make sure you got a good home cooked meal every time you go out to work and all that kind of stuff, she also likes to do things outside the house, like around the house. As you can see, it looks like she's planting a garden or something like that, which is a very divine feminine thing to do. Her dress is the same color of the trees. We also know that another version of Oya that is linked to Legba is Ayazan, which is another primordial great mother, divine feminine type of goddess. And she's a magical goddess that's going to make sure that you got all your teas and you got all your herbs and you got different things around the house that raises the vibration and the energy of the house, so that you can always be abundant. See, the thing about it is, when you got that divine feminine energy, that divine feminine essence helping you as a man, you know, being there for you, replenishing you and keeping you in a high vibration, even though you have to slave and go through a lot on your jobs and stuff, or at work as a man and stuff like that. When you have that type of help, you can literally do the impossible. So this 26 card it represents work. Through constant work on ourselves, we build our future step by step, brick by brick, and we sow seeds for the harvest and for the following staircases to ascend. And when you talk about that number 9 and also the 33, because I'm 33, so even with that, even with the number 33, it talks about the ascension of the Christ consciousness, the ascension of Christ, So this card says, proceed courageously without hesitation, working with consistency on the basis of your work. This is saying when you do quality work and you put your all into your work the first time, then the likelihood of you having to keep making repairs and all of that type of stuff, it starts to get smaller and smaller. Like I said, not saying that it won't happen, but this will greatly increase your chances of it not happening. Now, when it comes to this 7 card that you see, this represents my people out here who may feel like they don't have no help. This is for my people out here who may be single, just like me. Like, you may be single, you may not have a divine feminine, at this time physically that you can lean on, and that can support you and help you with this arc that you're building. When I see this card reversed, I know that this is going to be an inner energy. This is going to be something inside that you're going to have to depend on. It's going to be something inside that you're going to have to lean on. It's going to be something inside, something that's going to be in your subconscious mind that you're going to have to bring out. So this is what that represents to you, because the 7 card is the feminine card. It means feminine. And this talks about take the necessary time to study and meditate before executing your project. Perhaps ask a feminine for advice. So speaking of the feminine, I looked at this video on Professor Melanie's channel. Shout out to her. She was talking about knowledge. She was talking about you being in the know. And it's funny because know, K-N-O-W, and know, N-O, that is the beginning of Noah. Like they say, back in the day, when you know that you know that you know, you become unshakable. You become unshakable when you know that you know that you know about something, or about your situation changing for the better, or about something that is going to come to pass and is going to work out. So for some of us, this help is going to come it's going to come from an internal place. It's going to come from your internal soul family. It's going to come from your internal spirit team and stuff like that. That's going to manifest itself outwardly in certain people, places, and things, and situations and opportunities. Now, this other card that you see, this 23 card, this talks about the unconscious, which is the realm that you can't see. But this realm affects your feelings, your behaviors, your thoughts, all of these things that's going on in our mind that shape the way we do our actions and stuff like that. And these are things that we need to start taking the reins of during this time. The reason why is because with this particular card, it talks about how that can be used to help us during this time. This card talks about trust your intuition, even if it seems to counter reason and rationality. So if you're someone out there and you got a significant other and y'all are on the same page, and she can motivate you, you can motivate her and stuff like that, there should be no situation that y'all can't rectify, because when you're on the same page and you have the same goals and stuff like that, you understand how that other person fits in your particular path. And it's funny because, like I said, I'm in the middle of a transition. Can't really talk too much about it until I finish this Shadow Work Ain't Pretty episode. But it's like, while I'm in this transition, I can hear this voice from inside saying, just let me take care of you, just let me take care of it, But it's just like everything is it just seems like it's crumbling on one end, And I just want to make sure that when that storm comes, that my arc is ready to sail, is ready to set sail, and everyone is aboard and all that type of stuff. But again, that faith and that intuition is going to be extremely important, right? So let's see what Monday has for it. Because when it comes to this particular reading, like I said, it's going to be in the perspective of you finishing this work. It's something that Sister Myra said in her last video. She said, you can't blend energy. You can only finish one half, so you can harmonize with alchemy, and you can start on the other half. You have to finish one half, and then you can cross over and start the other half. Speaking on the other half, or like they say, the better half, look at what happens when this storm finishes. It's gonna start a little confusing, a little lack of faith. That's what that the man reversed at the bottom card. and you know, it's a man, he's upside down. That's how I feel right now. You know, I'm trying to keep the faith, you know, trying to keep the faith. I'm working, I'm still working, but you know, I'm trying to keep the faith, you know. But what I see around me is the village. Now this village, as you can see, you know, this is what's imminent. You know, this is what God told me. This is what God told me is going to happen. You know, being Noah. You know, this right here is imminent. A lot of us are going through these situations to where, for some of us, the path that we was once on, a big disaster or some type of catastrophe happened to where you'll never be able to get on that path ever again, even if you do decide to backslide, you know. And when you see the couple, which is that top card, that card talks about it may have been meant for this to happen, for you to either finally find the person that you were always meant to be with, or maybe the situation that you're currently in, it has to fail in order for you to finally be able to link up with the situation or opportunity that you want to go in. You know, it's one of those things to where it's like, they say it takes a village to raise a child, and that's very true. But we live in a society to where when that child gets grown, the village starts to abandon that child and tell that child that they need to go out and make something on their own, going out into the world, not really knowing their purpose, not really knowing what they need to be doing. So they make a lot of mistakes, end up linking up with a lot of so-called friends, end up linking up with you know, romantic partners that we had no business linking up with, all because we just didn't know who we were. And until we came across some type of information, some type of spiritual information or something like that, that's the only way that we would have ever known that we have a higher purpose, a higher calling, a higher path that we need to be striving to be on. So at the end of the day, when it comes to Monday, this is just saying that when it's all said and done, you're going to know who was really on your side all along. You're really going to know who was right there for you the whole time. I don't know why this came in my mind, but I keep hearing when we come here, we always come here with a twin, you know. The YNs, like the biggest, you know, main word they be saying is twin. You know, Lil Baby got the song about twin. What up, twin? Say twin. You know, when I think about twins, I think about parallel realities. You know, I think about the Abeji. I think about parallel realities. You know, I wanna say something so bad, but I'm not gonna talk about it right now. But let's just say I feel like I'm in a parallel reality right now. You know, I really feel like I'm in a parallel reality of something that I never would have dreamed of being in. But if I don't take care of pivotal things over here on this other side, I won't be able to fully switch over to that parallel reality. You know, even though the me in that parallel reality is already living its life in that reality. You know, I'm just me over here. I'm just trying to make the transition, you know. And maybe for me, that's what the couple card means to me, because I'm trying to harmonize with the version of me in this parallel reality that already got it together, you know. So let's see what Tuesday has for it. So Tuesday, this talks about some more things that may happen to you while you're working, while you're still doing your work. You're still trying not to be distracted, trying to stay steadfast, you know, all of those type of things. That Three of Earth talks about two things. So the Three of Earth, it can talk about lack of analysis. You know, it can talk about that. It can talk about that. But it can also talk about lack of help. So it's something that you wanted to reach, and if you would have had the help of the people around you, you would have been able to reach it. You know, like if you would have had help from the people that's around you, you wouldn't have looked ignorant trying to do this. But it's like, now since you don't got no help and you trying to go for this on your own, now everybody around you, now they want to be selfish. They want to call you ignorant, you know, disunion of efforts, lack of collaboration. And when it comes to some people, that can lead to some very potent mental instability. And with this Yansa card, if you're not headstrong, this alone can make you snap. You know, this alone can make you snap and make you do something that you're going to regret, and then you won't be able to transition into that parallel reality, you know. So since it's not meant for you to make that mistake, and the reason why is because certain things in that parallel reality requires for you to eventually get over there. You know, so it's like, whether you think so or not, it's a part of your path. Like, it's a part of your journey to get there. It just seems like a parallel reality right now because of all of the confusion, because of the changes. And these changes that's going on, a lot of these changes don't have nothing to do with us we're just feeling some of the residual effects of it because a lot of us, you know, we weren't taught how to protect our energy, you know. And when I say protect your energy, I'm not even just saying with crystals and spell work and herbs. I'm talking about like really protecting your energy, you know. Some people, you know, they got certain friends and all they want to do is just trauma dump. Just hit them up every time they call them, every time they text them, every time they get in contact with them. Trauma dump, trauma dump, trauma dump. Oh, this bad thing happened. Oh, this going on, you know. And during this time that we're in right now, you know, you gotta be like the Wiz. No bad news. I don't want to hear no bad news, you know. I'm going through my own stuff already, and I can't be over here, you know, being your receptacle for all of your trauma. And then, you know, when you hang up the phone and I'm just sitting here just with all of this that you told me or whatever, you know, what that y'all are going through, it's not fair, because now who are we going to talk to? You know, who are we going to dump all of that on, you know? So be wary of that, you know, protect your energy. Now this Yansa card is upright. So when we talk about Oya, you know, in this particular spread, it's talking about a cycle ending, you know. The reason why it may seem like money isn't coming, money isn't flowing in the last job or whatever you're doing, it seemed like things are slowing up. It's because the situation that you're in has come to an end. It has come to a close. It's come to an end. Now, in order for you to be able to go to your next stage or to your next path or whatever, you can't do it in this same situation. You know, you can't do it in this same vessel. You can't do it in this same realm. For some of y'all, you know, for some of y'all, you know, you may get some premonitions that your mission on earth may be coming to an end, and this is a dream, or this is something that you're having, you know, so you can know that everything is going to be all right. The transition is going to be cool. You know, you're just about to be transferred from one body to another, you know, in another realm, in another place or whatever. In the media, when it comes to you know, Hollywood, in the media, we hear about this all the time. You know, certain people that you think have passed away, they haven't necessarily died. They just switch roles. They're a different person in Hollywood now. They're a different actor. They're a different rapper. They're a different singer. You know, they're a different person in Hollywood. They didn't actually die. It's just their character died. Their role, you know, their character, you know. But it's not supposed to be something bad, you know. As you can see, you got Yansa, and then you got the guardian angel right above it. So the guardian angel is above the storm, and you know, while the storm is going on, shaking things up, you know, the guardian angel is using this distraction to extract you from this broken situation that you would never be able to expand in, and placing you into a new and better situation that's going to be a whole lot more stable than the one that you was in at first. The reason why I say that is because, as you can see, the pot that the guardian angel is pouring the water or the spiritual essence or whatever you want to call it, your soul, you know, the bottom part of it is under the ground, meaning that this is going to be something that's stable. You know, this is going to be something that you're going to be able to do a lot of saving. You're going to be able to do a lot of investing. You're going to be able to do a lot of things with this particular vessel. And it's going to take you a while to learn the ins and outs of this new vessel and the reality that this new vessel is going to bring you into. Now, when it comes to physically, as things are shaking up, that 10 of earth right next to Yansa, that means losses, you know, or it just may mean if you're still in that old reality, in that old situation, and it seems like your money is drying up, then this is the reason why. So what does the 2 of water represent? Well, when it's upright, this talks about happiness. This talks about your dreams coming true. This talks about emotional fulfillment, emotional value, emotional fulfillment, stuff like that, but it's reversed. Now, it's funny. When you look at the pictures, it actually tells a story of a cycle. When you start with the Yansa card and then you look at the 10 of earth reversed, this is talking about changes and storms and things happening that's going to shake up what we call abundance. It's going to shake up our idea of abundance. It's going to shake up our ideas of stability. It's going to shake up the processes that we think that it's going to be in order for us to obtain this. Now, take this walk with me, because imagine those 2 seahorses from the 2 of water being transitioned with the guardian angel from one jar, from one, you know, let's say fish tank, from one fish tank to another fish tank. So while it's transitioning, it's going to look like it's going downward, you know, and think about it. Like think if you're the seahorses, you're going through this transition, the storm is happening, you don't got no help, everybody is selfish, all this stuff. So now you're going through this storm, you can't see the guardian angel turning things over so things can spill out, and you can't even see the other vessel that's at the bottom. Some of us, maybe you can see the vessel at the bottom, you just don't know how you're going to get there. With everybody is different, their situation is different. So as you're traveling down this stream of water, it's going to appear to a water reverse. It's going to appear like that. And also, let's just say this was a fish tank that you were in, and it had this 10 of earth, which was stability, that had, abundance and all of this type of stuff, but what if something happened to where, this situation is broken now, it's dry, it's barren. There's no way that you're going to be able to keep manifesting in this particular situation. So when this transition happens, you're looking, it feels like you're going down. Emotionally, it feels like you're going down. Stability wise, it feels like you're about to lose it all, but it's just about trusting the process. And I'm talking to myself too, because Lord knows all this stuff I'm going through right now. All right. So let's see what Wednesday has for us. So Wednesday, when you see the message of earth, so with this message of earth, this card actually represents the solid ground that you're about to transition into. It talks about how you will be benefited and rewarded with money or valuables for all of the skill and capacity shown in your actions. This may be something that you can't do right now because you're not in the right situation. You're not in the right vessel that you can be beneficial in. So this transition, it has to happen, in order for you to finally be in the vessel that you need to be in, so all of these abundant things can happen to you. But during this time, this is when things get the most depressing, because every time something doesn't work out, it just feels like you're getting farther and farther away from that dream coming true. It feels like it's farther and farther away. I remember these past couple days, last few days of the year, last year, I was really like struggling, trying to pay this rent, and I only had $200 to pay. I only had $200 that I was short to pay it, and it took me like 3 days just to get $200. I was so mad, but at the end of the day, I had to keep reminding myself that this whole situation is temporary. God has already given me a arc that I gotta build. My own story arc that I'm building. And I just gotta stay the course, and I gotta trust my intuition that things are gonna work out, that things are gonna be okay. So if you have that type of mindset during this time where the moon is reversed, don't underestimate. And this was something that Melanie said in one of her live streams. Don't underestimate that a miracle can't happen at any time. Don't underestimate, because the moon card in reverse, that's actually good. That's talking about underestimating. Well, I'm not gonna say it's good. It's better than if it was upright. I'm not gonna say it's good, because you don't need to be underestimating yourself. But I'd rather you have hope, but you're kind of underestimating. I'd rather you kind of be like that than somebody just over here, woe is me, and I'm just gonna sit over here and just roll over and die, So the message from air: stick to what you have agreed on. Don't let yourself down. Don't let yourself down. Yeah, it's gonna seem like you're going down, because you're going down into a new situation, a better situation. You're going down into a better vessel, into a stronger situation, a stronger vessel, a stronger mindset. Whatever it is for you that's listening to this, just know that you have everything inside of you that you need to stay the course and complete this. That's what this message is for Wednesday. Let's see what Thursday has for us. Wednesday was about trusting the foundation that your parallel reality is built on. Trust in the foundation of that parallel reality, that once you get over there, things don't get effed up. Once you get over there, things don't crumble. Now you're like, dang, I should have stayed where I was at. Now for some of us, we're doing this work, and we may get some type of disturbance. We may get some type of disturbance. We may get, something may happen, and we may have to make a quick move. We might have to make a quick decision or something like that. And to a fire, it may seem like it's insecure. It may seem insecure. It may seem like this decision isn't going to be expansive. The 10 of fire, it talks about going through tests. It's only a test. It's only a test. That's it. You got this. It's only a test. And when you see the 2 cards at the top, which is the 9, because we're in the Sagittarian. This is the Sagittarian period. So the Phoenix period. So we're in the 9 energy. We've been in it since like November for real. you know. But the year won't blossom until March. But I've been feeling this new energy. It's like a newness. It's like a new energy, but then it's parallel with this old cycle. So it's a confusion, because it's like some of us, it's like it's like when we wake up in the morning, we feel rich. That's the best way to explain it. Like, I feel like everything is okay. Like, I feel like everything is already all right. Like that song by Yolanda Adams. It's already all right. I feel like everything is already all right. But then when I look at my reality around me, it's chaotic. Bills still need to be paid. Rent still need to be paid. Rental cars. I'm still using these rental cars, and I'm due. Rental cars are due. I still need transportation to get around. Things have been slow. My jobs, things have been slow. So even though in my intuition keeps telling me that everything is going to be okay. Sometimes even I need these readings. These on point readings, because this is something that I'm definitely going to be listening to throughout this. Just know, if you made it this far and you still feel spiritually insecure that a door hasn't opened for you yet, understand that what you're going through right now is a mental battle, thinking that the door is closed and it's going to be insecure and full of all of these things that's going to deflate you. Just know that this is a test. This may be a mental test for you. Some people, it may be a spiritual test, an emotional test, but the reassurance, the 9 of earth, when you leave, you're going to leave in the right way. And not only that, the 6 of air promises that your work, you're going to pass with flying colors. Look at those birds flying from they're flying from the land to the sea, and while they're flying through the sea, they have to trust that their wings are going to be able to carry them to their next destination. All right, so let's see what Friday has for us. So when it comes to Friday, Shango, the Shango card, you see that card right there, the abandonment. For a lot of us, this is what motivates us to be our best selves. When we're alone and we feel like we don't got nobody to turn to, it's like something happens within us, and it just opens up. Like something happens within us, and just out of nowhere, we just muster up this courage, or we muster up this strength, or whatever it is. Just know, if you need some motivation, that what you see when you see yourself in that parallel reality, and you're where you want to be, you're doing exactly what you want to do, you're feeling exactly how you want to feel, all of those type of things, just understand that it's real. If you needed a confirmation of if what you were seeing was real or not, it was real. It's real. And Eshu. It was real, it's real, and Eshu. So starting at the bottom, we got the Shango card, and we got the Undies and Mermaids. I don't know why, but these 2 cards reminds me of friends in high places. You got soul family in high places. You got spirit teams in high places that can help you, that can manifest in different people, places, situations that can help you. And when I look at the Undies and Mermaids, these are the ones that matters the most. So it's like you being justified by those who matter the most. Because think about the jealousy. All of these guys, all these people, why won't you let me on the ark? Why don't you let me on the ark? Why won't you let me on the ark? And God gave Noah a specific instruction of who and who not to let on the ark. So yeah, you can imagine there was probably a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy, a lot of people trying to tear him down, tear what he's trying to do down, and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, Shango is the son of Obatala, the warrior, the king. And at the end of the day, as long as you got some Shangos on your side, forget what the haters say, because this represents the masculine half of your foundation, of how you was able to survive, how you was able to be victorious and switch over and make this transition the way you did. The second thing, in the words of Dorothy Norwood, I had a praying grandmother. That's what that Yemoya reversed and the 9 of fire talks about. That talks about the praying grandmother. I had 2 praying grandmothers. Now I got one grandmother that prays for me in the physical, and then I got another grandmother that I'm working on communicating with spiritually. And this, and only this, is the reason why, even though that 7 of air, I was abandoned, it seemed like all hope was lost, it seemed like it was all over, I gained my crown, which was the 10 of water. I gained my crown, I became victorious, and now I'm free. That's what the Eshu card represents. It's like once you get the crown, once you claim your crown and you complete the mission, and now you're free. Free to do what? That's what the water element and the 7 of water reverse talks about. When that water element is reversed like that, this talks about emotional healing, inner emotional healing. That inner emotional healing that heals that inner uncomfortability, which is cancer. That inner healing that's going to heal that pessimistic energy that Scorpio can give sometimes when they don't feel secure. And last but not least, on an inner level, being reunited with your dreams that died. You being reunited with dreams that died. You being reunited with dreams that were lost. And with this 7 of water reversed, now you can make the right decision and go on the right path and be persistent this time, So this is a beautiful message. I know it's a lot of cards, but I had to make sure I got these confirmations. So I definitely wanted to, make sure that I got all of that. So now we are on the weekend, baby. So let's see what Saturday has for it. So once you get free from this, now you finally have the opportunity to be the dominant force, that lion, that ace of fire, that Leo energy, that Aries energy, that king of the jungle, that leader. And with the 3 of water, this is talking about victory, good fortune, possibilities favoring triumph, success. And ace of fire in itself is talking about having the courage to face these new opportunities and this new reality that you're in. Now, when you see that 8 of air and that 4 of earth reversed, these are haters. These are haters. These are haters that want to see you fall. These are haters. Now, this can also be your own intrusive thoughts. So watch out. This could be your own intrusive thoughts. This could be your own self telling yourself, maybe this is too good to be true. Maybe I need to stop thinking, or maybe I need to turn around. Maybe I need to, go back or whatever, and then you end up losing it all. You end up becoming the fallen goat that's ripe and ready to be sacrificed, so you don't want to do that, because when that 8 of fire comes and all is exposed, you want to be on the positive side of the I told you so, not on the negative side of I told you so. All right, so now we've gotten to Sunday, so let's see what Sunday has for us. And as we can see, a lot of realizations, a lot of resolutions, and a lot of testimonies. Sunday is going to have a lot of testimonies. It's going to come with a sense of stability for a lot of us. And like I said, this may be something that happens in the course of either this year or in the course of a month or whatever. You may not go through these things on the particular day. It's just something to be cognizant about during this week and also during this time, because it just seems like time is just going by so fast nowadays. So starting at the bottom, Obatala, and then you got the sun. That's the inner God, that's the inner God that you're going to have to depend on, that you're going to have to trust, that you're going to have to depend on, that's going to be able to get you through these times, until it's time to get on that ark and sail away to your new voyage. And as you can see, with all of those cards in the middle, that's all of the energies that we're going to be facing during this time. There's actually 3 Orisha cards in that middle row. The first one being Ogun. He's reversed. You got Iku, and Iku looks like the Baron, and he's actually upright this time. So this could also mean resurrection, because Iku is rarely ever upright in my readings. A lot of times he's reversed. So when you see that 4 of water and it's upright, this is going to be talking about the overall energy of a lot of people emotionally around you right now. Remember when I talked about the Noya, the No Yah, No God? A lot of people, because of these destructive events that's happened, these destructive things that's going on, and all of these storms and all of this stuff that's going on, some people, they may be feeling like that there's no God, having a breakdown of faith because of all of these things that's happening. You got the Ogun reverse. That's law enforcement. There's things happening with law enforcement. Ogun also represents the old government in the forms of the militaristic things that the government is doing. And with the air element reversed, this is communication, us finding out about these things, about these nefarious things that's going on behind the scenes, which is the real cause of some of y'all's blockages out here. Some of y'all got different blockages. Shout out to the Baron, actually, because the Baron actually talked about that in one of his live streams. Some of y'all women are wondering why certain things are wrong with you, as far as you may be trying to have children and you can never have children, or certain things when it comes to sex is you can't, either it's hard for you to have it, or you're hypersexual. A lot of these things are due to some type of spiritual malpractice that was done in a nefarious type of way to dim your light, to try to hijack your essence and stuff like that. And now you're walking around here with this dissatisfaction lack of happiness because of your material losses and all of this kind of stuff. You're wondering why you're the baby Oshun, which is the Oshun reversed. But then following that is the Ten of Air, which is the bad omen. Like what? Where did that come from? Since when do a baby Oshun have the bad omen following her? Bad old men. I hope y'all got where I was going with that. But yeah, a lot of things are being exposed. But at the end of the day, like the folks over there at DIY says, somebody's going to tell the truth and I'm going to tell it. Because that's what the Ace of Air is. You know, when you look at the Ten of Air in that middle row, you see a bunch of dead birds. You see a bunch of birds that didn't make it. You see a bunch of birds that's too tired to fly. So they're going to die a slow and painful death. But if you, under the sound of my voice right now, if you got your health and strength, if you know that you are led and guided by your higher self and nothing extremely destructive happened to you, you were the Noah that was able to get on your ark right before the destruction hit and stuff like that. This Ace of Air talks about you have a duty to carry a message of peace. If you were the one that survived, if you survived, your duty is going to be to carry a message of peace, the result of which will be successful, reappraising your efforts and encompassing everything. Nothing should be left to chance because nothing is accidental. It is a victory of love over human mediocrity and a triumph of the spirit, high artistic value and inspiration. You will be an inspiration, you know, and a pillar of stability, you know, a pillar of the person who got it right, the one who no one believed in, and they were the one that was able to not only survive, but in this next phase, in this next cycle, they're going to be the abundant ones. You know, they're going to be the prosperous ones. They're going to be the new rulers, you know, the new celebrities, the new singers, the new artists, all of these type of things. But it's always hard creating your own story when for so long you were the part of someone else's nightmare. But if you can heed this message and just keep on keeping on during this time until the storm clears and the clouds move away and the sun comes back out and you see that you was where you was always supposed to be all along, you know, and if y'all can heed that message, you will be glad that you did. All right, y'all. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this reading. Like I said, I'm still going through changes myself, still going through things myself, barely here in front of y'all today. You know, had to sacrifice today. So definitely keep me in y'all prayers. You know, I always put my donation links if you all would like to donate, if you all would like to get a reading, www.bandclaptv.com. And until next time, peace. What's up, y'all? I hope y'all enjoyed that video. And if you stayed to the end, I appreciate you. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, I want to redirect you to my Instagram page. I don't promote my Instagram page a lot, but as my subscriber count and things like that rise due to things like shadow banning and stuff like that, I'm hearing that a lot of people aren't getting my notifications when I go live on YouTube and stuff like that. So for all things BandClap TV, my Instagram page and my story are going to have all of the notifications and things like that when it comes to when I'm going live, when I'm going, when I'm releasing videos, when I'm releasing content. Also on my Instagram page, if you're curious about my reviews for my readings and stuff like that, as you can see on my Instagram, I have a lot of different testimonials and stuff like that. For those who don't know of me as an artist, I also have videos of me performing and stuff like that. I'll be putting out more stuff like that very, very soon. So I'm just trying to get as many people right now to go ahead and follow me on Instagram. That is BandClap TV. And also my Facebook and Snapchat, BandClap TV as well. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And like I always say, no matter what, you got to stay shining. You got to stay shining.